The heart of Pennsylvania, WYOU.
I'm Russ Spencer. Beth Powers has the night off. There is tragedy to report tonight. Two separate drownings in our area. In Luzerne County, a 5-year-old boy was pulled from an abandoned mine hole filled with water just 2 hours ago. In Carbon County, the search is called off for the night for a young man who went under while rafting on the Lehigh River this afternoon. Tonight's tragedy happened at an abandoned strip mine in Hazel Township. The boy's parents say the three of them were standing above a strip hole filled with water. When they turned around for a moment, their son vanished. Divers searched the water while rescuers combed abandoned buildings nearby. A state police helicopter helped in the search until the sun went down. The grim discovery was made just after 9 o'clock. The boy was dead on arrival at Hazleton General Hospital. And a day of fun turned to tragedy this afternoon on the Lehigh River in Carbon County. Rescue crews searched for hours this afternoon for a drowning victim in the river between Lehighton and Bowmanstown. Police say a 21-year-old area man went under after crossing a waterfall on an inner tube around 3 o'clock. A state police helicopter helped in the rescue effort there as well. The search is set to resume there tomorrow morning. A Carbon County man is behind bars tonight after threatening his wife and a state trooper with a bow and arrow. Police say 33-year-old Richard Tashler of Wilkes-Barre is charged with terroristic threats and reckless endangering. He allegedly pointed the arrow at his wife during an argument. When police came, Tashler aimed for a state trooper, who eventually talked the suspect into giving up. Tashler is in the Carbon County Jail on $10,000 bail tonight. 7 people are homeless tonight after being forced into the street by fire early this morning in Tamaqua, Schuylkill County. More than 100 firefighters battled the blaze on Hunter Street for about 2 hours. 2 apartments are destroyed and a neighboring home suffered severe smoke damage. Fortunately, everyone got out safely and there were no serious injuries. Firefighters say it started just before 5 this morning at 38 Hunter Street. There is no word tonight on a cause. The State Police Fire Marshal will be back on the scene tomorrow morning to investigate. And some 50 firefighters were called to the scene of a major fire this afternoon in a strip mine pit in Luzerne County. It happened just after noon off Lee Road near Mackinac. Fire officials say all sorts of junk, including furniture and tires, was burning out of control in the abandoned pit. Lee Road was blocked for a few hours while crews put the fire out. No word on how the fire started and no one was injured. Part of North Main Avenue in Scranton is still closed to traffic tonight because of a mine subsidence. The 1200 block is cordoned off while city officials keep an eye on a 15-foot hole that first showed itself Friday at the home of Peter Kolinkowski. Police tell us this part of Main Avenue will remain closed for the rest of tonight and possibly through tomorrow morning's rush hour. 3 American soldiers were killed today in an explosion at a U.S. Army training facility in West Germany. At least 12 others were wounded, 4 of them gravely. It happened during demolition exercises on a training range near Nuremberg. The soldiers were from the 58th Combat Engineer Company. An Army spokesman says instructors were demonstrating equipment used to blow holes in roads to make them impassable. The victims' names have not yet been released. The husband of a Lackawanna County woman was one of 3 Navy crewmen killed in a jet crash this weekend in California. It happened Friday night during a practice landing session at Miramar Naval Air Station. Navigator David Madison was married to the former Renee Giannone of Dunmore, who now lives in Guam. The crew was pretending to land on an aircraft carrier when the accident happened. No word yet on a cause. Well, here at home, expect a mad rush at area liquor stores and beer distributors tomorrow. Last-minute hoarding as the deadline fast approaches for state lawmakers to keep the Liquor Control Board alive. If lawmakers don't act by midnight Tuesday, Pennsylvania may be dry for the 4th of July. All businesses that serve or sell alcohol have been warned by the LCB that they must shut down if the agency is not reauthorized. The Republican-controlled Senate is set to vote on the LCB Monday, and some lawmakers are predicting some interruption of liquor sales this week. Meanwhile, the West Side landfill in Luzerne County faces the same June 30th deadline. The Department of Environmental Resources insists the landfill must close because it is full. But the Landfill Authority and county officials warn of trash in the streets if DER follows through on the closing order. No reports of any progress toward a compromise. The stage is set for confrontation over the appointment to replace Supreme Court Justice Lewis Powell, who in recent years has cast the deciding liberal vote on critical social issues before the court. Senate Democrats are predicting a tough fight there if President Reagan nominates an arch-conservative who would tip the balance.
We don't want a rigid replacement, liberal or conservative. Obviously, it's not going to be liberal. Because there is a need to have some balance on the court right now. And
the Reagan administration says it would like to see Powell's seat filled by August. Well, while times are changing in the U.S., changes are also taking place in the Soviet Union. Under the Gorbachev regime, the structure of economic management is about to undergo radical change. Power over economic details will be removed from the bureaucrats and given to factory workers and managers, who in turn must answer to the consumer rather than to the government. Still ahead on the Weekend Report tonight, some high-flying fun at the Armed Forces Air Show, and some pilot whales get a once-in-a-lifetime chance to go home. When the Weekend Report continues tonight. Today was Gay Pride Day, and in many cities, homosexual men and women marched to speak out for gay rights and to raise money for AIDS. The largest parade in the nation took place in San Francisco. The parade in West Hollywood, California had many colorful floats and drew tens of thousands of spectators. Chicago and Washington also held gay pride marches, as did New York City, where Mayor Ed Koch joined in the salute. Some graduates of the School of Hard Knocks went to a reunion today in New York City. 6 men who used to sleep in the terminal at Grand Central Station returned there today as high school graduates. Thanks to hope and determination, the 6 passed an equivalency program sponsored by the Salvation Army and the city's Board of Education. And thanks to hard work, their efforts paid off. Quite a crowd was on hand today in Pittston for the Greater Pittston JC's 3rd annual car show. The show featured more than 100 cars, the oldest a 1929 Ford, the newest a 1987 Porsche. All car enthusiasts.
And the bug bit hard. And I've been scouting out barns and whatever and running down leads trying to find old cars.
Prizes were based on the car's appearance and chassis. The show's proceeds will be used to fund community projects. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport wrapped up its 5th annual air show today, and if enthusiastic crowds are any indication, the Armed Forces Air Show will be coming back. Penny Lindgren has details.
Tickets to this year's air show were $5. Judging by the size of the crowd, a price people didn't mind paying.
Every year, everybody tells me to come up, and I said, nah, it's not worth it, but I was really impressed with it. I won't miss it again.
Is it worth it to pay $5 to get in?
Absolutely. The F-14s were just beautiful. Just beautiful.
The airport's 5th air show was bigger than last year's and drew a record-breaking crowd.
Well, it's definitely the largest crowd we've ever had for an air show. I'm not sure. I have no idea what the actual gate count is, but it looks to me like today we must have at least 30,000, maybe 40,000 people here today.
When those thousands of people got hungry and thirsty, plenty of money changed hands at the concession stands.
We've had perfect weather, and everything's just going right. We're doing the best we can, and I think the airport did a wonderful job with their show this year.
The airport sponsors the air show to promote aviation, not to make money for the airport. All profits from this year's show will go to help pay for next year's.
Well, it gets harder every year to keep getting better and better, but we'll do it, all right? Somehow next year we'll keep progressing. We intend to have more acts, more jets, more static aircraft, that type of thing.
The airport also intends to have more free parking for next year's show. So if you couldn't squeeze in this year, there should be room for you at next year's show. Penny Lindgren, News 22 at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport.
When we come back, Doug Pasquinelli will have the weather for the work week, and a little later, J.J. Davis has all the day's highlights, including the Phillies' big win today. Stay with us. Three whale calves saved from beaching off Cape Cod last winter left the New England Aquarium for the open seas today. The pilot whales were nursed back to health at the aquarium. More than half of the 50 whales that beached themselves in December died, but these 3 are getting another chance. The largest whale carries a transmitter for tracking by scientists when the calves join a new whale pod. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Doug Pasquinelli joins us now. A nice day today.
Not too bad. Tomorrow's going to be pretty good for most of the day. Then Monday night, well, what can you say? I have a lot to say about it. I will. After this guest weather slide, and here it comes. It's some deer in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, photographed by Gay Killian of Honesdale. Here's the Weather Journal on today. High temp, 73 degrees, pretty comfortable. Low, 54. Normally we should be at 80 and 59 for a high and low. Records on the state, 94 in 1966, 45 in the year of 1970. There's your sunrise and your sunset. Currently outside, we're at 63 degrees. Things are kind of cooling off. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 5. Humidity, 65%. Barometer, 3. Even, and it's rising. That's a good sign. Skies outside are partly cloudy. Here's our national satellite map. You can see, well, Pennsylvania looks pretty clear right now. If you look real close, there are some light clouds and some light clouds up in New York State, which are causing little bit of shower activity. Frontal systems that will be affecting us, here they come. High pressure will give us some sunshine mainly for tomorrow, but then this warm front along with this low pressure system will ride in by Monday night, causing a chance of some showers and some thunderstorms for Monday night and Tuesday. Storm Surge 22 is showing some showers up in New York State. Just by Syracuse, you can see this is all light level 1 precipitation just east of Rochester, and this is Binghamton ground clutter, not precipitation. However, Pennsylvania is looking mighty dry and should stay that way until around Monday night. Temperatures right now throughout Pennsylvania look like this. 63, like we said, in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. We got a 66 in Williamsport, 67 for Harrisburg. Allentown has a 68, 62 in Binghamton, New York, 69 for Erie, Pennsylvania, as well as Pittsburgh, and our low tonight should be around 52, 53, 54 degrees. Kind of cool outside as compared to last night. Moving right along here. Tomorrow's high temperatures. Kiss them goodbye because they skipped on me. We'll talk about this national map right here. These are the frontal systems at this time, and in 24 hours they move along just like this. Warm front comes in, clouds will increase, and tomorrow night showers and thunderstorms are a possibility. Then a good sign, high pressure comes down in by Montana and sweeps all this mess out into the Atlantic Ocean, creating clear skies and a nice period of weather for the middle of the week. Tonight's forecast looks just like this. Here we go. Partly cloudy skies. On the cool side, low temperature, like we said, around 52 to 55 degrees. Your regional forecast for Monday looks like this. Mix of sun and clouds, maybe a thunderstorm. Winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and Townsend high temperatures look like this. Towanda in I forget what county that is, but it's 81 degrees there tomorrow. Nanticoke, you'll have 85. Ottawa, 87 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. Skytop in the Poconos, 83. Easton, you'll have a high temp of 89 degrees. And the extended 4-day forecast, check this out, Tuesday through Friday, 87 degrees for Tuesday. Maybe some showers and thunderstorms. Look at the middle of the week, looking just fine. 83 for Wednesday, 81 for Thursday. Sunshine both days. Friday, showers come back, and 84 the high temperature. Do you know that's Bradford County, Russ says?
Bradford.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Things not looking that bad.
All right, thanks very much, Doug. Up next, a rare treat from J.J. Davis. The Phillies win one. Stay with us.
Sports, brought to you by the companies of Bell Atlantic.
J.J. Davis joins us now. Is this the beginning of something big for the Phillies?
Let's certainly hope so. A win like today. Oh, comeback and a big win today, especially against the defending world champion New York Mets. Gives you lots and lots of hope, Russ. The Phillies came to life today, and just in time. One more inning, and it would have been all over. Now, in the beginning, it was all the Mets. Top of the 4th inning, Keith Hernandez takes Don Carmen to right field. Wilson can only watch. 1-0 New York. Next up, Gary Carter. The all-star catcher takes the left-hander to left field, and bang, bang, just like that, 2-0 Mets. The Phillies trailed 4-3 in the 9th inning. Rick Shue lines a rope to left field. Gross comes around from second, and he beats the throw. 4-4 tie. Then hero time for Mike Schmidt. And he sends a sinking shot to center. Mookie misses it. Samwell trots home with the winning run as the Phillies come from behind, 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th, and take it. Final from the vet, 5-4. Yes, that's more like it. Hammaker over Ryan as the Giants by 4 over the Astros at Candlestick Park. The Bucks, powered by a 5-run 8th inning, got by the Cubs. The Cardinals now lead by 6.5 games in that National League East. What a difference a year makes. The Dodgers by 2 and the Braves by 3. The Yankees, like the Mets, started strong this afternoon, and like the Mets, could not quite finish it. When it was over, it was the Red Sox with the last laugh. Bottom of the 3rd, Henry Cotto lines one to the gap in right center field. Wayne Tollison trucks home, and it's 2-0 New York. But then the roof caved in. 4th inning, Old High Tops. Bill Buckner bangs a hit. The big guy is coming home, and Jim Rice makes it. 3-2 Boston. History was made. Don Baylor sets a big league record, getting hit for the 244th time. Overall, not a good time for the Bronx Bombers. Watch Mike Pagliarillo. Look out, water cooler. Nipper went the roof as the Bo Sox went on to win it 6-2. Higuera, 13 strikeouts. Milwaukee all over the Blue Jays. The Orioles blew a 7-2 lead. Madlock drilled 3 home runs. The Tigers by 1 in 11. McGuire had 2 more home runs today. In just 2 days, he's banged out 5. Oakland blows out the Indians California 6 home runs, 13-3. Kansas City by 5 over the M's. And the Rangers, 4-run 4th inning. They lead now by 1 in the 8th. Closer to home, there was a big bike race this morning just up the road. Now, riding a bike is one thing, but uphill is another. It was called the 3rd annual Music Mountains Bicycle Classic. It was for 2 different kinds of wheels. Yesterday, they held the time trials. Today, the race. 25 miles with the first 3 run under a controlled rolling start. 189 kicked off, 189 brave souls ahead. 25 miles run mostly uphill. A gentleman from Allentown town took home the top prize. Winning time for Jeff Lieb, 1:05 flat. The women's side, 26-year-old from Carlisle, Kathy Fry, 1:16.13. The 2-stage award went to the 22-year-old again, Lieb, combined time 1:15.34. Now, there was also awards given out in different age groups. Cycling, like gymnastics and other sports in this country, is really growing. How about Dale Earnhardt? Is he really something or what? The Wrangler boy won again today. The Michigan International Speedway was the site of the Michigan 400. It was a 40-car field with Rusty Wallace sitting on the pole. Now, here's what it looks like sitting inside at a speed of 165 miles per hour. Awesome. So was Dale Earnhardt. For a while, it was just another Sunday drive for car number 3. That Chevy was set up just right. It was anything but for the defending champ, Elliott, out early. In the end, it was between the old gunfighter and a young upstart.
Defending Winston Cup champion, trying to hold off Davey Allison. Allison is making his move. He closes. He pulls up. He's pulling alongside. Davey Allison on the high side. Earnhardt on the bottom. Here they come to the line. Allison trying to drop low as they come to the line. It will be by 4 or 5 car lengths. Car number 3.
We beat him today. Car run good all day. Davey was getting tough at the end, but we had a little something going wrong with the fuel system. It was cutting off about halfway down the straightaway, a little bit spluttered. But, you know, we held on anyway.
So Dale Earnhardt wins for the 7th time this year, and at the moment looks to be in the driver's seat to take home his 3rd Grand National title. Look out for the old gunfighter. They race this afternoon in Michigan and tonight at Pocono Downs. This is the final turn for home in the 3rd race.
She is 3rd. Through the stretch, trying to hang on along the rail. It's Peanut Ball up in the outside and Let It Be. Peanut Ball, Let It Be, Chachi in the inside. Peanut Ball and Let It Be as they drive to the wire.
So Peanut Bowl takes the 3rd race, but just barely. Look at the big triple. Did not pay Peanuts. 235, 202.80. The daily double, 32. Look at that, 322.20. There was a much bigger payoff at that golf tournament up in Connecticut, and the man in line for it, Paul Azinger. This is his 3rd shot on 17.
Playing his 3rd shot. He hit that a bit heavy, I thought.
Over the hole. He had to settle for a bogey 5 and clung to a 2-shot lead. Wayne Levy made a charge. This is for Bird on the same hole.
Got a chance. It's there.
That would cut it to 1. Now, Levy, along with Dan Forsman, watched as Azinger had to sink this par putt to win. And he does it. The 27-year-old from Massachusetts wins the Sammy Davis Jr. Greater Hartford Open. First prize, 126 grand.
Not bad for a weekend's work.
Not bad for a weekend's work. One more quick thing tonight, Russ. The Paysetter Basketball Club defeated the Kangaroo All-American Basketball Club from Jersey 117 to 115. The Paysetters are now 5-3. Go get them, Gafrovich and company.
Thanks very much, JJ. Coming up next on the Weekend Report, we'll see Snow White become a star in her own right. Don't go away.
This is Jeopardy!
I would like to have your job one day, Alex.
Here it is. For the 2nd time in the period of a week, we will have returning co-champions.
Jeopardy, Monday through Saturday at 7:30, right after Wheel of Fortune on WYOU.
Finally tonight, for some it might seem impossible to wait 50 years to get your own gold star on Hollywood Boulevard. But one famous actress has, and she wears the years extremely well. While many of Snow White's fans are not so young as when she first danced across the silver screen, the Disney superstar is still ravishing. And as you can see, Snow White seems very pleased, and the dwarfs are pretty proud of her too. Very nice. Now, we can think of 6, right?
Right.
Happy, Dopey, Doc, Sleepy, Grumpy, Sneezy, and JJ. How about the weather tomorrow?
Okay, wake up weather tomorrow morning. We're looking at some partly cloudy skies, and temperature should be around partly sunny skies. Temperature should be around 58 degrees, warming up to around 80 degrees. It's going to be kind of balmy tomorrow. There you go.
Sounds nice. Thanks, Doug. That's our report for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to join Beth Powers tomorrow morning at 6:25. For now, I'm Russ Spencer. For Doug and JJ and all of us here at News 22, I am Russ Spencer. I said that already. Good night.